Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender Show. Hope everyone's keeping fine out there and I hope you've enjoyed it right over the Christmas period, and I must say a massive Happy New Year to each and every one here. Thank you very, very much indeed over the years for all your support. You've been absolutely superb. Well, we've had a great day, positive day today, I must admit, and as you can see there's no young commentators. We've given them an extra week off because it's school. They've got to, they've got to prepare, get themselves back into the school mode, haven't they? Whether they're back or not, I wasn't too sure. But hey ho, it's one of those things, and obviously I've done the show myself without our young commentators and the Kids Voice Box, but I'm definitely back next week, and we've got a lot of things to get through all together with things that are happening. I've got meetings coming up my ears, and I had a lovely meeting today. Dan Carden, our local MP, thanks Dan, great positive meeting, and his staff all came to visit me and have a little chat and see what was around and about. And thanks to all the businesses in here, the community, Jacob, Dave, Tony, Kev, Yaz, Anthony, Jay, absolutely brilliant. Honestly, you've been so well done. Let's go Lindsay for the cakes, and Colin, as well as Claire, Dan's Passion, and Tess and Joe, our receptionist. They're all the people who were in, and all, well, Jacob from the church himself as well on the Sunday. We've had a great day. I've introduced them all, had a good look around, got a good chat, but positive, really positive. And I explained to Dan regarding our more play, less pay. This is what we want. It's a good strapline, and Dan likes it, he approves it, and he's on board with us because I want to do this campaign to try and keep the cost down in football, because the kids are paying too much, and well, the parents are paying too much as well. We need you to support us in everything that we do, and what I mean by that is we do a lot for grassroots football. Try and keep the cost down, even to our own parents as well. I hate to ask for subs. How many of you out there that are hating to ask for subs? But you've got to do it. The fundraising, you need to compete in grassroots football, unfortunately, and the funding opportunities have gone very slim. And do you remember when you used to do a football team and you could go out and you could do bagpacking, you could do all kinds, you can still do car washes and things like that, I must admit, but the opportunities are very slim indeed to try and raise money. And we all used to, when we done tournaments and when we done football things, we always used to book a hot dog band, didn't we? Burgers, hot dogs, you know, not these professional ones that are making a killing, a fortune. People who come on and work for the community and keep the prices down. Your teas are low priced, your burgers are low priced, your sausage rolls, your hot dogs. They always look after the kids. And I mean, anyone who's been part of Jeffrey Hummel going back many years ago, do you remember the cafe? We used to have a cafe there and the girls were absolutely amazing. And it was before all the 3G hubs were all built. And I always remember always going in there. Do you know, it was always dark, bleak weather, cold weather, freezing cold, no matter what. Summer tournaments, hardly any. And the committee of Bob Pendleton and Jimmy Hill and Les Pye, these are names that you must remember. Absolutely gents, really gents, and everything that they did. And they were all definitely there for the kids, I assure you. But they had to put strict rules in. The strict rules were the laws of the league. And do you know what? We had many teams, and they really adhered to them. And this was on the grass pitches. This, as I said, before the 3G hubs were built. And there was a cafe, little cafe there. And you had bacon sandwiches, cups of teas. And do you know what? I don't know if they had ever made any money, because you used to see kids coming in absolutely freezing cold and they were waiting for someone to pick them up, and the girls behind the counter, and I'm sorry I can't remember half the girls' names anymore, but they were lovely, really lovely girls, and you used to watch them and they'd pick on the kids and they'd all elbow each other and touch each other and say, look the little one freezing cold there, and they'd go over there with a hot soup and a sandwich and keep them warm. And 9 times out of 10 you saw them, oh my God, and they had towels, they were always drying them off. They hated to see kids cold, and I don't know how they made money because they were giving everyone freebies. They were brilliant, and I'm not saying you should give everyone freebies, but why not? At the end of the day, they're all kids. We all grow up, and we all want to look after these kids. And these cafes have gone, and that cafe's gone. The 3G hubs are built now, and it's a new cafe in there. It's a big cafe, to be honest. It was a cafe that was supposed to be put on the one side, and there was a big room, but they tended to make the cafe the big waiting room. And unfortunately, when you work out now that you've got plenty of hubs making absolutely massive money, and this is why we wanted our campaign. Oh, sorry, I jumped the gun there. You know, when you've got hot dog bands who want to try and get on and make some money for the grassroots football teams, you need to support them. You need to get them on. But the big licks now are all coming in and refusing them entry to come on there because they have the monopoly. They want to make the money. They're the businesses, and these are the businesses who are making the money. And it's wrong. It really is wrong for grassroots football and local businesses, small local businesses, to get thrown into touch. I've working, obviously we're talking about this today with Dan. You know, I've mentioned about the stats that I'd like to see, referees, stats, and also how many teams have left and, you know, folded, and how many managers have walked away, coaches have walked away from the game because of the fines. It's got to be a lot. And the stats that I'm really keen and interested in, and I think Dan was himself, was when we were looking into just how many managers win a case against when a complaint's gone in about from a referee towards a manager or team, and they go in and have an appeal. I'd just like to see who wins and who doesn't, and what's the fine. You know, the figures that have cost teams from under 7s, under 8s, under 9s, all the young teams, how much money it's costing them. And we want these stats. We'd love the stats to come out from the FAs, if you can do, please. And the stats are going to tell us. We see in the media how many referees have left the grassroots game. We don't see how many managers or teams have folded. We don't see that in the media. We just see this, and everyone surmises the referees have left because of verbal abuse and aggressive behaviour. Now, I'm a massive supporter of referees, as everyone knows out there, from the verbal abuse and the aggressive behaviour. And you know what? It really is improving. We're getting rid, we're talking about our zero tolerance stance is becoming zero tolerance, and it is slowly but surely starting to work. Now everyone's come on board now, and everyone's singing off the same song sheet. We don't want to. This is what's going to happen if we carry on with the verbal abuse and aggressive behaviour in grassroots football, and there's going to be serious consequences. Yes, it's happening. Leagues are starting to take over as we're doing this, we're doing that, and we'll just throw you out. Now, we've got to look at the bigger picture. Teams will fold, kids will go and play in other teams, but there won't be many teams left to come in because of the way that you have to pay for your courses. Now, I'm a firm believer, a big believer in, if you volunteer, then things should be cheap. Things should be a lot cheaper or even free, and that's the DBS checks, your safeguarding. These are all imperative to have, by the way. We want all the welfare. I just believe that every managers and coaches out there are coming in to help the kids make a difference in grassroots football and maybe other sports as well. And yet these courses come out and people will sit there and make up a new course and say, you've got to put this on. It's you have to adhere to it, and you have to pay the fee, which costs you £30–40 to take the course, and it lasts you 12 months, 2 years, then you have to retake it again. I think we need to draw the line somewhere, and we've got to start making these courses free. And I think these businesses should put in for big grants to subsidise all the coaches, the managers who are voluntary and want to come in and make a difference and take the kids away from the street. The gun crime, the knife crime is just horrendous. We need to all work together and make sure that our communities are weapon free basically, and the kids are growing up to a nice society, not facing what is going on in our society with guns, with knives lately, especially over the Christmas period. Do we expect it? No, we shouldn't do. We need to draw the line somewhere, we need to work together, and we need to get these kids together. That is no good when they're seeing it on social media and it's flying around everywhere. And then your mum and dad's got the news on and it's all over the news as well. Kids will hear it, overhear it. You know, do we make it news 18? I just believe, I'm going to have a little mouthful of tea. There we go, thank you very much. I just believe that we all need to work together and make a difference in the grassroots community. Come and work with us, come and volunteer for us. Obviously we can't pay, but we don't charge you either to do anything. If we can get funding in, we'll pay for your courses, and that's what we need to do to get you on board with us. Because I disagree, I really disagree with all the costs that it's, you know, if you want to run a team, what you've got to face, the league laws, the league rules, what you've got to pay out, how much you pay out, referee fees, your training, just work it all out, and then you've got to try and sort out the subs, and get the kids involved in football games, get the kits, get the sponsors. It really is hard work. So if you're contemplating for January 2024 to take on a role as a manager, just look at what you've got to do. If you've got plenty of money and you've got plenty of time, not a problem. But, you know, somewhere along the line we need to draw it, and I'm afraid we need to work together and keep the costs down. So more play, less pay. And I'm made up with that strapline because at the end of the day, that is going to be one campaign that we all need to adhere to and support, because we're trying to keep the cost down for each and every one of you out there. You know, how much do you pay? How much is it costing you? Our figures there, nearly £2,000 in less than a season up to now, is scandalous. What we're paying out to keep kids playing in a football team, it really is horrendous at the moment. So what's your figures, and what would you suggest that we can do to keep the cost down, especially the hubs? We need to put pressure onto these hubs. I need you to join our campaign and start demanding that we do keep the cost down, because it's only going to rise this year, like your energy bills, January energy bills. No more rises, please. We're going into another year that we all think, oh my God, they're going to make this year my year. But you can only go as far as you can. If other people make the decisions for you, there's nothing you can do about that. You have to go with the flow, and we have to go with the flow. But we can campaign to keep these bills down. We can, and we can make a difference, and we just need your support. mal@don'ttexttheline.com, and there's a friend on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the social network sites. And it's nice to put that to our local MP to show them what we're trying to do to make a difference for everyone in grassroots football. We want to make that difference. If you can support us making that difference, then fantastic. Get on board with us. Don't stand there and say, yeah, I support it. Let me know that you support it. Add me as a friend on Twitter, LinkedIn, all the social network sites. YouTube, get on the YouTube. Let me know. Follow us, subscribe. It's free. It's free. We're going to have a big year this year. I've got plenty of meetings lined up, and I want to make a difference if we possibly can. Make a difference with you, me, everyone. We can all work together, and then make it better for the kids to play football. Make it better for the teams. Make it better for the coaches and the managers. Make it cheaper. More play, less pay. More play, less pay. Keep telling yourself that. Get involved with our campaign. More play, less pay campaign. I got that tongue twisted a little bit there, didn't I? But the more you say it, the more you get used to it. I'm just starting to get used to it now. It's a nice strap line. I always come up with these strap lines, and I always want to make a difference. I always try and make a difference for the kids, for each and every one of you. Heart of Gold initiatives. You see what we're trying to do this year, and we're going for it, and we're going to try and raise as much as we possibly can. Make a difference. We want to Guinness Book of Records charity. Heart of Gold. 92 clubs, 92 clubs we're going to try aim for. We want to make a difference. We want to make these clubs, or ask these clubs to pay us £92 if they can. We're going to try and hit them. We're going to try and do that within 70 hours. Not 72, 72 hours, the record. We're going for 70 hours. Can we do it? Can we do it? We need your support. Get involved with us. But in the meantime, you've got your football starting up again tomorrow. I think that's the 11s, 12s and 13s, older age groups, North Liverpool's EFL. Saturday League, show loads of respect on and off the field of play. Don't change, because we have our respect campaign coming up 2024. If you can get involved with that, if you can support us, we'd love to hear. We want a campaign from Don't Cross the Line to make a difference. We want to reignite it and just keep the costs down. How can we keep the costs down? By joining up to us, and we'll start writing letters to all, get things sorted, get things organised, and we want to make a difference. We want to make a difference. We want to see how these kids can go on the football pitch when they know there's no stress coming towards their parents. More money. I hate asking for money. It's not my money, it's what we need. It's the subscriptions we need. It's what we need to do to make a difference. Try and get the kids tracksuit to keep warm in the winter, t-shirts to keep warm in the winter. We need it all. We need hoodies, we need it, and I'm going to do them. I'm going to do them at a minimum price, you know, a cost. This is what we need to do. Let the kids develop and be stress-free, because the mums and dads are more happier, because we're keeping the costs down in grassroots football. And I've got a big moment coming up soon, and I really do want a campaign and get you on board. How do we get you on board? How do we do it? Well, send me a message first saying that you'd like to get involved with the More Play Less Pay campaign. We want you to develop into good teams, and you can, and start raising more funding. You know, if we can find you sponsors, that'd be great. If sponsors want to come through to us and get in touch with us, we'll find you the teams who badly need sponsorship. You know, we do ourselves. You need to carry the burden all the time. You know, parents want to take it off their shoulders, and you want to thank the sponsors. The parents have got to understand they need to thank sponsors as well, because it's saving them a fortune by supplying the kit. And if you can go to that sponsor and say, you know, I want to buy a suite, a carpet, whatever, like our furniture, Aintree sofas, brilliant, 2 team sponsors, and we just need our parents to give something back as well to our sponsors. Make a difference. Look after your sponsor and they'll look after you. They will not change, go to someone else, they'll stick with you. What are they getting out of it? Never mind just the publicity, you want people to go and buy off them within your club, and that's why I want to suggest to all ours, if you're looking for a 3-piece suite, go to Aintree Sofas. He'll give you a great deal. Ask for John, tell him I'll send you, and just say, oh, I want to buy this, how much is that one? And I'm sure he'll look after you. John and the staff at Aintree Sofas, they're our sponsors, and they are fantastic. They've been great to us, and they won't change. They want to stick with us and do more for us, and we want to do more for them. That's called sponsorship, and that also helps out the sponsor. Doing a great job, honestly. We've got 2 minutes, well, 1 minute of the show left. But also I'd like to say to you, honestly, you've been brilliant in your support towards Don't Cross the Line. I'm excited the way this has gone today. Well done to everyone. Thanks to everyone who got invited or involved in our little tour with Dan Carlin. Brilliant. I enjoyed it, and let's hope a lot comes of it now, that Dan knows, the MP knows what's going on within our community building here. It's fantastic, and we've made a difference. So there you go, we're back with our Respect show, we're back with our Don't Cross the Line. We're there to make a difference. Our campaign starts, a few campaigns are starting this year, so if you can get involved with us, please, I'd love your support from your team, from your club, and all your committee members as well. Get on the Respect Awareness Weekend. That's going to be in April. I'll keep you informed on what's happening, where we're doing it, what ground we're doing it at, and if you can support us as well, make a difference. Keep our referees refereeing, officiating, and keep our teams playing. That's what we do with Don't Cross the Line. We've been bringing people together since 2003, and we want to carry on right the way through, as long as I live, if we can. Making a difference, that's all that matters. Thanks very much for tuning in to the Grassroots Show and the Kids Voice Box. Unfortunately not here, but they will be next Friday, and we'll have more to offer and more ideas to go into 2024 with. So it's worth you getting in touch with us and seeing if you can make a difference with Don't Cross the Line and our Respect campaign. From myself, Mal Lee, and all the team here at the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line, Respect Programme, Heart of Gold initiatives, we'll see you tomorrow, round about 7. Good night, God bless.